we'll start getting into the number 13, and it's right here, it's right here, it's right here, and it's right here. This is going to be, in a sense, what kind of reveals what that 13's all about. And once again, 13 levels of the pyramid, which is preceding this capstone, all right, the arrival of the dominion, the short dominion of the Antichrist that he's going to have here. Let's go ahead and take a look at just a quick rundown of the relationship that the shield has here. The shield, 13 bars, in other words, bands. And I'm going to show you how they connect to these bands of Orion. They're symbolic of their colors, symbolic not only of the number, but of the colors. 13 bars and bands. It's symbolizing the end of this world age. Check that song, The Dog Days Are Over, and you're going to find out that these dog days that are over is exactly what this band is telling you right here. It's telling you that when this current state of affairs for the world, where they have to keep their occultic knowledge suppressed and hidden, they're calling that the dog days. They don't want it to be like that. They want it to be out in the open. So they consider themselves to be oppressed, that they can't still freely be about the world as they choose in their real form. So they're considering all this the dog days. So when you review that song by Florence and the Machine, The Dog Days, you know, run for your mother, run for your father, you can't bring your love, you can't bring your care if you want to survive. It's talking about this golden age. The love that she's talking about that you can't bring is your love for Jesus Christ, without a doubt. So the dog days are over is the loosing, the destruction of commercial Babylon, the loosing of these locusts, and it's related to the bands of Orion. Now, of course, Job 38:31 telling us that same thing. Canst thou bind the sweet influence of the Pleiades or loose the bands of Orion? That's the locust arrival. Now, the symbols here on the shield are highly relevant. These three colors also relate back to the three dog stars of Orion's constellation, or the constellation of Orion. And we're going to find out that their colors are red, white, and blue, which is exactly what the flag is trying to symbolize with its cluster of stars. It's not just symbolizing states. These states are symbolizing the constellation, the star cluster, the constellation of Orion. So red and white, that's on the bottom shield. That red and white plus the blue equal the three colors of those dog stars, in other words, the dog days. But we're going to find out that it also fractivates into the colors of northern Israel. And that's exactly what the colors of northern Israel are. It's this red and white. And then that blue is an association with the spiritual word, which in this instance is going to be associated with the waters of the abyss, the abysmal waters that these bands of Orion are holding back. Red and white, bottom shield. Northern Israel, colors red and white. Top shield, blue, water. Blue equals water equals spiritual world, both good and bad, which also represents in this instance the false doctrine of the locust. And remember what we read in Jeremiah. Okay, now that was just to give you a rundown. Now let's look at the information that's going to support what I said here. Okay, Canis Major, Orion, one of the 88 modern constellations, Latin for greater dog, one of the dogs following Orion the Hunter. There is our constellational location, 3 of the brightest of the 10 objects in the night sky. And these dog stars are recorded as Sirius, Procyon, and Betelgeuse. Those are the 3 dogs that we're looking at in this picture. Their colors are red, white, and blue. These are the very same dogs. This is Orion in association with the Danites, the loosing of the bands of Orion. There's our red, there's our white, and there's our blue dog. This is the Canis Major significance, which ties us up to the loosing of the bands of Orion. It's known as the Winter Triangle or the Great Southern Triangle. Once again, the Great. It has an Isis-Orion connection. And, of course, all of this other stuff is going to tie up into the Mayan calendar. Now, that's our connection to the American flag and the 3 colors used and that of Orion. I'll be back.